What is something that has aged well? Even music I hated when it was new now sounds good because of nostalgia. My 84-year-old mother who still walks 3 miles a day and has all her wits about her. Tetris. Still addictive. I sometimes get hallucinations of falling pieces after playing. The earlier episodes of The Simpsons. The Twilight Zone. The series premiered in 1959 and so many of the episodes still hold up today because of its brilliant writing. Jurassic Park, I still think the visuals look great in that movie, even if it were to be released today. Incredibly, some very old photography. Sure, they might be now in digital and W.E, but the composition, attention to detail, there's just so much. Example: this alcohol pouring during Prohibition. Arabic numerals, or what most people call numbers. Since around 500 AD, it's been 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the entire world uses them. Even cultures without the Latin alphabet use them. Always interesting seeing them used in Asian languages writing, as they stand out seeming Western, but they were in fact developed in Asia by Hindu mathematicians and spread throughout Middle East where they became popular, hence Arabic numerals. Seasons 1 to 3 of SpongeBob. Classics to this day. Roger Federer, still a top 10 player at 38. Astronomer here. There is a star about 200 light-years away from us called the Methuselah star, which appears to be about as old as the universe itself. Specifically, the universe is thought to be about 13.8 billion years old, and the star is, based on its composition, estimated to be 14.46 plus / 0.8 billion years old. So presumably if you err on the side of that minus, it's younger than the age of the universe, but still, the fact that it's been shining for a good 13 plus billion years is astounding. For reference, our sun has been burning for about 4.5 billion years, and has about 5 billion more to go, so this star has already lasted longer than our sun ever will. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Anything scored by John Williams. He makes scenes feel so alive and meaningful. Weird Al. Celebrity after celebrity comes out with drug problems, abuse allegations, friends with Weinstein, and there's Weird Al, singing a coronavirus polka. Lord of the Rings trilogy. Still great. Also, I enjoy the Rankin-Bass version of The Hobbit. Art Nouveau. From the architecture, the jewelry, to the fashion. I find it all incredibly aesthetic. Batman, the animated series. I find that a few classic rock bands are still very popular with young people today. Bands such as the Beatles, Queen, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, AC/DC, Metallica, Guns N' Roses and Nirvana especially are the most popular amongst my peers. Definitely, Rick rolling. It has been a thing for about a decade and is one of the most popular memes and ways to troll on the internet. Steve Carell, that man has aged like a fine wine. The first 2 Home Alone movies. They are still hilarious and very fun to watch after all these years. Anyone I know has watched them at least 2 to 3 times. The movie Young Frankenstein. It's hilarious, and isn't full of gags that are super offensive today. Movies like Airplane and Blazing Saddles are considered comedy classics, but they couldn't possibly be made today. Young Frankenstein absolutely could if there was a competent enough director and writing team around. The Dark Knight movie from 2008. 12 Angry Men. It's over 60 years old and still a very great and compelling movie to watch in 2020. Heath Ledger as Joker. The First Men in Black. A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. Avatar: The Last Airbender. As a kid, I thought, wow, this show is great, why don't I hear much about it? But the past few years, I hear good stuff about it here and there non-stop. It's great. Terminator 2, anytime I watch this movie, I think I'm even more impressed with the practical and VFX they were able to pull off seamlessly, in 1991. Horror movies. They're not as scary as they used to be, but the aesthetic is amazing. Beautifully creepy movies. Gaming as a whole, it's really evolved, and a lot of people play games. There's even a sports league based off of some of the games. Serial Experiments Lain. A show with only 13 episodes, each 22 minutes, released in 1998 that managed to be incredibly similar to now. The show had an immense presence of technology, from everybody having a portable cell phone they used for mail and the internet, to online MMORPGs at one point, to even a guy with augmented reality. It's surprising how well the show has aged with its predictions. Led Zeppelin's music. Dinosaurs, they're rock solid. I made Alton Brown's aged eggnog recipe last summer. I still have a small amount of it left and it continues to taste better as it ages even after 7+ months. Shawshank Redemption. Mr. Rogers. He was amazing as a child, I respected him as an adult, and I love him as a legacy. No crazy stories. No scandals. Just an amazing person. The 80s. A time that displayed a future that never happened, only for the future to feel nostalgic over it. Me. 53 years old. Got sober 90 days ago. Addicted to yoga. Lost 32 pounds in 2 months. Six-pack emerging in former beer belly. Bubble wrap, laughing face. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Hope this made you smile. Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy. Just finished watching them and they still look amazing. The Thing. Older than most of us here and still holds up as an awesome horror movie. Wallace and Gromit. First episode was made in 1989 and it's just a great show about a British man and his dog inventing stuff and going on adventures. Grand Day Out is to this day my favorite episode of any show. I watched it when I was a kid and I revisit it every year or so. Y'all should check it out, smiley face. The Stormtroopers from the original Star Wars. Every other sci-fi costume has aged terribly, lol, but they'll always look great. The GameCube. Seriously, play some old games. AE Kirby Air Ride is still a blast and looks fairly good even nowadays. Tom and Jerry cartoons. The Matrix. First one. I watch it every 5 years or so and I still don't know how they pulled it all off. The story, the style, the cinematography, the action, the world, the music, the feeling it gives you, like in moments when Neo is told to follow the white rabbit and then you see the girl's tattoo. The movie is a masterpiece. My 91 years old great-grandfather who somehow seems to be perfectly capable of things you would expect from a person his age. He's a great person. Betty White. I'm glad she's safe.